do it the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. 'Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Oh, we paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear what I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above. And if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Hey guys, oh, there we go. Hey guys, we are live. It's Shoshie from Shoshie's Minis, and everybody, it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Yay, look at that. Did you see the little cup? Hey Millennia, hey our staff, Robosh and Rumble, Mad Love, how are you guys? Hopefully having a good week. I have got some Kingdom Death here. We're gonna paint it up. We're gonna probably auction it off later. We'll see. I think these blind auctions have been pretty popular, so I know that a lot of you in the Europe and stuff can't get mail right now, but if interested in doing the auction, I can always hold on to it until you are ready to shipment. Freestyle HQ, how are you doing? All those geckos. Hey, Painting Cricks, hello. Woot. I'll Shoshie all the time. Well, definitely some of the time, right? All right, let's get painting. do some stuff. I am feeling kind of iffy today, so we'll see how long I can go. Mail is effed up. Even a domestic letter takes 2 weeks. Oh, wow. Thankfully, right now, our postal system is smooth-ish. I don't think oh man, post screwed up at the moment. Ours is okay, internally anyway. And I have sent stuff to the UK, but it's just taking way longer for anything to get there because everybody's slowed down. So I've got here Kingdom Death pinup. I think we're going to paint some skin today. I've got lots of models with skin. I thought, why don't we just paint all the skin at once? And you guys can kind of how that looks. All right, so I'm going to take off my glasses. If you see me with my glasses off, just use @Shoshie's Minis to get my attention. So the first thing, I have my little palette here, and you can see I've got a range of colors. I've got a burgundy. This is called Dark Flesh. It's basically a dark peachy rose color. Shadow Flesh, sorry, Shadow Flesh. This is burgundy from Procrel. Then I have a couple game colors. I have Rosy Flesh, and then I have this pretty cadmium skin is game color. And then I also have Pale Flesh, and then I have a Scale 75 color on here that is Moonray Flesh. So I've got all of those on there. And I'm not using my green as a base. I'm using the burgundy. But I'm going to try some different things. I think I'm going to use the burgundy at first, just to dark line everything. I feel like getting those deep shadows in there is key. And not the P3 paint. The paint that I'm using is already pretty thinned out. I don't know if you can see this, but when I see how thin that is, you can see right through it. I'm not trying to add any extra water or anything to it. Just painting it right on. Know as much as you like. Exactly. Hi, RevQ. How are you? What's everybody been up to? I don't want to be blabbing too much and talking too much without chatting with you back. So there, I'm going to start with my dark. Now I got this technique from Elizabeth Beckley Bradford. She is one of the painters does the studio art. One of the painters from Miniature Monthly. She does the studio art for Kingdom Death. Now her style is really different than mine. It's very layered, but it's really contrasty, and I think it works well for small models. For me, that kind of technique is a little too slow to use on big models because it takes a long time to glaze and get everything up to the level where it's looks bright. But on a small model, you go from dark to light contrast very quickly, and I think that works really well on a small model. So we're going to start with this beautiful burgundy all over her legs. Are you guys ready for Whip Trip Friday? Has anybody been doing anything to get ready for it? Go. I am hoping that we see a little bit more. It doesn't have to be painting models, but a little bit more variety. I'd like to see I want to see like a little bit more about you guys. I want to know. I definitely like to see your models, but I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. So when you post pictures of like your apple pie and stuff like that, it helps me. Helps me understand who is watching me. We get a little community action going, right? All right. Got the legs painted. Does have sort of making sure, yeah. So she does have her back mostly exposed. I'm gonna get that quickly. And then that wraps around. She's got a bare upper chest, just like a lot of Kingdom Death models. Millennia, how have you been? Doing much painting? Are you working? Is who here is still working? You're working on a dragon, indie cross painter. Nice. You might have something more cats. Yeah, I'd like to see more cats. What a floozy, exactly. Hey, new guy, how are you? Cool. You're still working? Awesome. Oh my gosh, Electric Eve, mad love. This is I want now that Electric Eve's people are here, I have to show off and ask them what they think. Look at this. I painted this for Electric Eve. Doesn't it remind you of Electric Eve? Guys, give her a follow. My friend. There's the contrast on my screen is a little bit bumped up. Let me see if I can fix that. How are you? So amazing. So I'm excited about it because I saw this. When I first saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to paint that. It reminds me, like Electric Eve would wear a little cute puffy coat like that. And I was like, I have to get that and paint that for her. That's the first thing I thought. So I did. All right, let's see. Oh, the white balance is off. That's why. Okay, let's see if I can fix this a little bit. Exposure. That's too dark. Too right down this brightness. There, now you can see it much better. How cute is she? Yay! Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited. I hope that you enjoy her. How are you, Ham Slamage and Craig? Craig W.R. Douglas. Serial Torches is here. Sine. All of Eve's crew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Did you have fun on your stream today, Electric Eve? So smooth. Yeah, we're working right now on this girl. This is so what we're doing is I'm not getting as many commissions these days, which I really thrive off commissions. So I have a bunch of Kingdom Death models that I'm going to pretty much speed paint, and we're going to do a blind auction. So anybody can bid on them. Only the winner is the person who has to pay anything. So it's really nice because what we do is we reveal all the bids live on the show, and the highest bidder wins, and then they get to go ahead and pay the shipping. If you, like I said before, if you live outside the U.S. and you need me to hold on to it until the quarantine is over, that is totally fair. I will completely do that. I cannot tell if this girl has squinting eyes or if she's wearing, oh, she's wearing a mask. I did not know that. So we're starting all of the skin. We're doing a lot of skin tones today. All skin tones today. So we're starting it with this burgundy color, and then we're going to work up to some of these other colors that are on the palette. And by the way, if you see me with my glasses off, just do exclamation point Shoshie's Minis so that, hello from Spain, hola. ¿Qué tal? Nembo, ¿qué tal? Indie Cross Painter says, cool deal. Critical Dom says, yes, skin tone's what I need to work on. Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Is that my new mic? Yes, I think it is. Oh, my video card is here. Hey, Mike picked out a video card for me to order, and I've got a new one. So I don't know how that's going to change quality of the stream. I hope so. I currently do not have a dedicated video card in my computer. And like I said, I don't know if that's going to make it better or not. Somebody in here is a computer person. I know. You guys will know whether it'll help me or not. I think generally it's the video card's just going to help keep my Skyrim game from crashing. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm getting all these little fingers down in here. It's really dark. Just in case, I'm going to switch this music. This music is irritating me a little bit. Music to the playlist. I got a new playlist of music for the stream. We bought this music, and some of the new songs I just mentioned are awesome. Chill, some EDM. Hey, next to Minis. Nembo says, I love your work. Me encanta tu trabajo. Ah, gracias. Gracias, Nembo. Mi español es muy mal, pero yo comprendo más y menos. You need to go cook. All right. Have a good cooking time. All right, I'm looking at her and I'm seeing the way her head attaches to her shoulders is a little off, but still. All right. Posted your rage orc under work in progress. Awesome. So use your wood. Do that again on Friday. We're going to do we have Whip Trip Friday where we look at everybody's work in progresses and enjoy like a show and tell. That on Friday. We have a Whip Trip gallery. We'll all go look at everybody's stuff. Really enjoy this music, especially this track. I think my favorite track though is the sixth EDM chill one that I got. All right, let me take a look. Yeah, there you go. Rumble got it. How are you, Nixon Minis? What's up? I would wear that outfit, exactly. Imperial Torches gets me. All right, so I have to figure out, I think we'll do this outfit in black. Now you know that black is not black, right? But what I do, we're gonna base code it in black. There's my coal black. And what we'll end up doing is highlighting it with some other colors so that you can see it real well. Otherwise, it's going to get lost. I'm pretty sure she's wearing black artwork. Oh, I think. Maybe not those socks, though. Now I can't remember. Oh, well, too late. Here, what we'll do is we'll start mixing in some burgundy. Here. And we'll shift it over to this brown color so that it's like more of a transparent stocking. Don't worry, her skin's not going to be brown. It's going to be like lighter colored. But need to, yeah, that's good. Actually, I like that. Now I've done this model a few times. I've done it in black, burgundy. I feel like I've done an orange one, but I can't remember now. Check chat. Yeah, her final skin color is going to be like pale, but we need this dark shadow to sit in there, and so you'll see. Do the black on the edge. I like that, and I'm going to blend that down into the burgundy. Lovely thing about acrylic is it kind of wet blend, really nice early stage. Here we got some Japanese metal on our playlist as well. Enjoy that. I need to get some more metal tracks. I'm not sure what genre people would like the most. Would you guys like to do another crowdfunder for more music? Maybe get a couple more genres? Oops, that's too much black. Burgundy in that one. Okay, so see how dark it's drying? That's okay. Put all the black in there. Let's do the skin. I keep getting sidetracked. So now I'm going to use this dark flesh. It's called Shadow Flesh from Pro Krill. And I'm going to thin this out a good amount. I've got a lot of water in my brush right now. I'm just going to create a little bit of a layer. Notice that it is just coming up to the edge of that burgundy. But we're leaving that little bit of a line. You'll see as we build it up what it's going to do. It will look a little bit on the cartoony side. Boy, this music is a little bit hard. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. For me, anyway. Let me know if you want me to turn the volume down for you. It'd be a little loud on both counts. Okay. I do use a green base for lighter skin tone, but because this is a small model, I want a stronger contrast, more of a cartoony look, because this is like an anime style model. And the green is really good for a more realistic skin tone. So I use that more for larger models and for non-Kingdom Death models. I don't stick to any one formula. I base it on the project. Right? I get asked this question every time I don't do green on light skin tones now. It's so funny. That is totally understandable. Right, some of that black wasn't dry. That's okay. Working around, getting that first little layer. So because you can barely see the little drop shadow of the burgundy, it's imperceptible now because it's so small. You'll be able to see a difference when I start building up the other lighter colors. Why is her butt so weird? There's a little bit of a gap there, I think that's why. All right, painting underneath the sword is tricky. But think about how I'm gonna add a little bit more burgundy to my brush because this part is gonna be more shadowed anyway, right? Ooh, can we show that off on stream? Hold on, wait. Don't make any cracks. Hold on one second. Guys, I just helped my husband decide to buy a telephoto lens. No, I help you decide. It's a rental, but we're gonna buy one, maybe. Anyway, we're thinking about getting a telephoto lens so that he can do more stuff for photography. Come here, this thing is big. So we're renting one first before we, check out that money. But did you see that? So we'll be able to catch all the bird photos. Yeah, that was big. It was like, how many, He's ready for the comet. Is there a comet coming? There's probably a comet coming. Don't get all my, nostril hairs with that coming. He's taking a picture of me. Is it compensating? See, somebody was going to make a crack. I knew it. No, but it's good for those kind of jokes, right? Comet Atlas is coming, Mike. Okay, good. Aurora. Only the English. Damn. That's a really nice photo, though. You need a better telephoto. Most have a 70-200 with the 2K extender. What is this one? 200 to 600. We'll be able to take all the bird photos. That's my. What? No, we're not making that crack. Hear him. Naughty. Naughty monkey. Oy vey. All right, back on track with the Skintones. Paparazzi territory, yes. Exactly. That's funny. Paparazzi. Okay, so you can see now we're building up. See, that was a thin layer, so we can begin next layer. I think I'm going to go into this lighter peach real quick and see what happens. Might be too quick of a jump. We might have to knock it back down. We'll see. I don't know, because with small things you can do the quick jumps from color to color. What are people saying now? 600, that'll get all the verbs in your house. Where I get my brushes, this brush is a Monument Creature Caster brush. So one of the Bomb Wicks. It's a Kolinsky Stable, but I want to show you something. So can you see, this is a number 1. And see how thin it is and how tall? I like that. And I like that it's pretty nice and springy. However, this is a number 1. Sorry, this is number 1 from Raphael. And you can tell the body is much different. So this might actually be a 2 in the Bomb Wick. So you can't go by the numbers. You have to just get a little bit of a range and see what you like. But I'm going to try to buy some 2s and 3s in the Bomb Wick and see if I like them as much. But you can see I like a little wider body. This one is from, I got this on Amazon, Raphael. They're from France originally. And these are located in the US and Canada. Like a long tip. I think that the bigger bodies hold more water and paint. This one is good for detailing, I think. No, these are very, very inexpensive. They're not expensive. Raphael's are like $25 a piece, so those might be cheaper for Europeans. I don't know, because we have to import them to the US. They're $25. These are $5 each. These are, I can't remember how much I paid for this one, but I don't think it's nearly as much. All right, glasses are off. We're gonna add some more of that pink skin tone. Gradually going up in value. I need to go back down in value because it does look a little chalky to me. Technically, these are supposed to be speed painted. We'll see how fast we can get these painted in this short time. I'm just going around and I'm building up the volumes. Each layer is going to be, so the first layer is like the burgundy, right? The next layer will be smaller than that. Make that dry faster. I'll just put them on as we're painting them. How's that? No? now we're going to do this color, and look at how I'm painting this in a, almost like a, what do you call it? Like a shingles on a roof. So the first layers, now this is an exaggeration. You're going to paint that much thinner, but this is the order that I'm painting stuff, right? And the thinner that layer, the better. This is just glazing, glazing, glazing. And then the next layer will be a little bit lighter, right? A little bit lighter on the next layer. As we're building up the layers. And then the next layer will be maybe a little bit lighter than that. See how it's starting to look like a little, you know, gradation? Final layer might be like that. See? And that's what I'm doing. I'm building up the volumes. And then we'll do one final glaze of probably like Raglan Flash Shade or something to kind of pull it all together. That's my point. Hi there, Shoshie, Minuteman Models. How are you? Yeah, $25 is a lot. I know. I have trouble finding inexpensive brushes for sure. They're not cheap here. Not the good ones. And the good ones aren't really made in the United States. Not a great brush company out there that I know of. Now the good brush companies are like Rosemary Company out of the UK, Raphael out of France, Winsor Newton out of the UK, Escada from Spain. Who else makes good brushes? Anybody else have any recommendations of quality Kolinsky sables? Broken Toad. I don't know if Broken Toad's out of the UK as well. You have a few? Yeah, Rosemary Company are all handmade. They're good brushes. Scharf is, I think, a German company. Those are not so bad either. Scharf? Yeah, I think it's a company. Used to have a few. The 000 from the Broken Toad of mine has just died. It's not any good anymore. So that one was very tiny in the first place. Brush company in Germany called, what is it called? Lupri. And they make synthetic brushes mostly, but they're pretty nice synthetic brushes. AIT art brushes are USA based. Look for those. Cost effective, yeah. You know, just because a brush is expensive doesn't mean it's good, right? Right. But usually in the art world, you get what you pay for. That's generally my experience with art supplies. See, there we get some nice contrast between that. Is the next layer up. That looks good. Little hairs sticking out of my brush here. Okay, I'm gonna go back down to the peach a little bit. what brushes do you guys use? What are the most what's the most commonly used brush used in the channel is what I'm curious about. A lot of you are from the UK, so I'd be surprised if you weren't using UK-based brushes. Anybody know any good companies that maybe we've not heard of? Good, she's cute now. Oops, I totally didn't mean to build that up. Mainler Windsor Newton, Rosemary, and Brushman workshops. I've not seen those. Are they based in UK, Suicidal for Life? Newton, aka Bombwicks for the most part. Teal Sky, Teal. Not say your name. I'm so sorry. Teal Sikars. I don't know how to. Tell me how to pronounce your name. I'm curious. So I've used these Bombwicks, but I want to know what you think of the other ones. Have a favorite number? I've only got the ones, and I'm thinking about getting some. Broken Toad, MK3, MK2. Critical Dom says I just use whatever basic brushes I find. I need to change that up. Heels. Oh, perfect. Heels. Oh, okay, cool. Heel, what do you think of the Bombwicks with the higher numbers? Because like I said, I got a 1, but I've not ever tried bigger numbers yet. Right, so this is that dark flesh. See? Paint on my brush. Sometimes if I'm not wearing my glasses, I can't see my palette very well. Sad. My vision is really crap, guys. Hopefully, I can see really well up close. Just, like I said, see if I can put my streaming glasses on, if that helps any. Where did I put those? Here they are. Let me give this a shot. Oh, I can see my palette now. Kind of see real well too. Catch you later. All right, Suicidal, thank you. Thank you for that info too. 3 for almost everything. Okay, I'm gonna get a 3 and a 2. That sounds great. You'll never know. Thank you for 33 months of lurking. That's so cute. Hold on a second. Where's my pen? Here it is. All right. The only time I switch out is for something else when the belly will not fit in the space I need it to. That makes sense. I like a 3. All right. You will never know. How are you? 33 months. Guys, give some hype. We need some love. That's amazing. Hype, hype, hype. Bonjour. Oh, bonjour, rubbish. How are you? I don't speak French. Wait, I keep wanting to take my glasses off. I don't need to take my glasses off now. Right here is where I can see, but I don't know if that's going to work or not. That's not going to work. Pull that closer and take my glasses off again. How are you, rubbish? Are you still working on the Sisters of Battle? Hope that you will bring those to our whip trip day. Show those off. But showing a little bit. I'm going to have to go back and cover up and give her some kind of little panty or something. All right, looking good. Well, let's go back here with the burgundy. Set of underwears. Underwear under there. Got a weird, the way she is put together. Weird color I want. Trevor says, "Yep, been busy working in the garden though." What kind of things are you working on in the garden? What sorry, are you just planting, or also what are you planting? Sounds intriguing. I want to start a garden. I need to research the materials and figure out what I need, because I really want to improve our backyard situation like a lot. Might be a garden whip tonight. Oh, okay. Whip trips are on Friday, so show it on Friday. Take lots of pictures of it. Renovating the bottom half. More of a chill out area night. Oh, I like that. Yeah, like having, so you can have a little staycation at home. Okay, so got this. This is the peachy. What is this color? This is called cadmium skin. It's got a lot of bright orange in it, and it's really nice and bright, so it should come forward a lot. Go ahead and put on the highest highlight of this, then we'll knock it back down probably with the what is it? Not Agrex Earth shade, but the flesh color. I've had these balm wicks for about a month, and I feel like they might be deteriorating on me a little bit. Hard to say, because it could also be how I use them. But the hairs on the side are not staying together. They recommend using that Gentastics brush goop and then pointing the brush after you clean it. Get it to train it. You have to train brush hairs. Did you guys know that? It's obviously easier to train a really good brush. The way they're stacked and everything, really nice and easy. All right. Last little over here. Ugh, this hair's driving me nuts. Let me switch brushes. Maybe this one's not as. Tell you what, I'm gonna show you what I mean by training it. If I can find my little canister of soap. Okay, with it. Well, phooey, I lost my soap. Nicholas, thank you for the host. Welcome. All right, you're gonna make a pear tart. I want pictures of the pear tart, okay? By the way, you can totally see how I layered that up. What you can't see, let me show you this. Let me show you this. It's the gloss. Oh well. Oh, here's the good, also gloss. So when you look real close, you can see all the little layers, right? What you do is you put a glaze of Reikland Flesh Shade or some ink or something. What I have the gloss. I guess we could use it. I don't know what happened. Reikland Flesh Shade. I always lose it. Okay. So you take the gloss and you thin it out a little bit so that it's not full strength. Or sorry, not gloss, the wash. And then when you do this, it will dry. It creates a filter, but it also kind of blurs out the the layers. And watch as that dries what that does. Not doing it as much on paper, but see it? It's starting to, it kind of blurred the layers a little bit. Knocked it down. And then what I'll do usually after I've done that kind of final layer, I'll come back out my last highlight. That, and it works really well. I'm going to attempt something. I have only Reichland Flash Gloss, but I also have some anti-shine. I'm going to attempt to make regular Reichland Flash shade with the anti-shine and the gloss. Good shake. So there we go. Mix that up. And I'm hoping that will create a regular looking, where'd my model go? Glasses. Ah, oh, on the floor. Oh no, she fell off her base. There she is. You know what? I might keep her off the base just while I paint her legs and stuff because it might be a little bit easier to manage. Sorry about that, guys. Brushes and puppies need training. Knew the puppies needed it. Yes, exactly. Hi, Mikolas. It's going well. You love Jen's brush group? Yes, Jen's brush group is, here it is. Found it. This is the Gentastics Drunken Brush Group. So what I'll do with my other brush, I'll get it a little damp and point it, try to point it. Put a little bit of this brush hair conditioner in it. A little bit, and then just let it dry like that. And it will keep everything nice and ready for when you are ready to paint with it. I'm going to do a couple of my brushes real quick just to show you the difference. This is an old number Winsor Newton. See how it's, see if I can point it. It might not come to a point because it's so old. Okay, see, a good Winsor Newton will still come to a good point if it's a good one. Not all of them are good anymore. Do not twist your brushes like that. Do not twist them. It's not good for the brushes. Just point them as best as you can. That. Okay? Trust me. Use pink soap. Pink soap is also good. Yep. Rumble says, Sigh, UK Creature Caster Shop still has no sign of reopening. I know a few people have been telling me about that. Sorry about that, Rumble. Sudsy Sutherland says, everything you're saying not to do, I've been doing. You've been educated. That's okay. I'm sorry. What else? I said not to twirl it. That was pretty much it, right? Okay. Use some of this Reichland Flesh Shade thinly. If we use too much, it will just tint everything the wrong color. Okay. And pushing it down toward the crevices also, right? So that way we keep that little drop shadow that you get. Nice. There, boom. That made a big difference, actually. Do the same thing now with the other parts of her body, fingers and hands. I'm going to use the side of my brush to try to catch these 4 fingers. faster. Got fingerless gloves on that I just didn't notice. Am I gonna try to paint the other fingers? Tiny bit. Oh, I got too much water on my brush. Hold on. Okay. Try to get in there. He has these large boobs. When I very first started painting Kingdom Death, I painted the Sci-Fi Twilight Night from 2015. And I made them look very bubble-like. I exaggerated them a lot. I wanted them to be extra. Oh no, glasses almost went into my... What's my thoughts on brush licking deteriorating? So this is hair, and just like I don't know for sure what saliva does to brushes, but I do know that you've got to condition brushes no matter what you're doing, whether you're brush licking or not, because over time you're kind of drying out the hair on the brush, and it needs to a degree of the School of Hard Knocks. That's okay. Where was Twitch 20 years ago? Exactly. Is that when you were serious about everything? No, where was 20? What was 20 years ago? Was there even... Wasn't a lot of... No, there was the internet. It just wasn't as big a deal, and people weren't sharing stuff as much as they are now on the internet. I mean, they're sharing actual processes, not just their work. Past people just kind of kept everything a little bit more secret. Which that's a shame. You're not going to ever, increase the hobby without a little bit more, sharing. Okay, so let that dry on the sides there. Back. This highlight over here on her leg, I like that the most, probably. Try to replicate that on her chest. People share it on bulletin boards and now defunct news groups. That's right. 2000 was YouTube getting started. Yeah, video was held back by a paywall of bandwidth limits. That's true. Now we stream live and don't bet on eyelash. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. My goodness, I didn't think about bandwidth and all of that. It makes a lot of sense. And really, all of that could go away at any point in time because they got rid of net neutrality in some places, or at least in the US. I don't know. All right. Second, this is the third layer. The first layer was the burgundy. Second layer was the darker flesh, or the shadow flesh. This is the called rosy flesh mixed with a little bit of the shadow flesh, because I didn't want to have it be a huge jump. Now, both the rosy flesh, all the game color ones are all satin. And I will tell you right away that satin paints blend a lot more easily than a flat paint. They won't be as chalky on you because they just have a slower drying time. All right, she's got this dark line in between her chest, so I need to soften that up with the shadow flesh just a little bit. Go. So I like this cadmium flesh. Is that what it's called? Yep, cadmium skin. It just adds that little warmth to it because the pink is so cold. I like that cadmium because it highlights that pink by the warm versus cold, right? Streaming was a myth. It was a myth. But how could it be a myth? It was a dream, maybe. Funny. Yeah, I don't think anybody was able to stream back then, right? I don't even know when streaming started happening. Maybe Facebook started it, or did YouTube? Who started it, Facebook or YouTube? I know I was able to do live videos on Facebook for a long time. All right, so there we got our bright highlights back. My problem with streaming this kind of technique so slow, I just feel like people get bored with it. Where I like some of my other techniques are a lot faster. Go back down here to this final light color because there's more light hitting the tops of her chest than it is on her legs. They're gonna get much brighter, much lighter. I'm also just glazing back here whenever I need to. See how that all pops, and when we put the, watch what happens when we put the Reichland Flesh Shade with the anti-shine works pretty good. Let's do that again. Put probably way too much on. Yeah, we can spread that around a little bit because that's too much. Look at what that did. It just smoothed it. Okay, this is the hardest part, is I'm going to try to paint this face now. For some, the holy grail at the time, the military through satellite, paste doesn't bother me when it's live. If you're working on right now, okay, good, I'm glad. I'm going to go ahead and start building up the, always like a little ball of dead paint on the end of the brush. I'm going to start building up the layers on her face where you want small brush. The details are so small. Really just going to have to build it up however it looks. There, slowly. Now we're going to use the pink. I've got a little bit of a flat base, so it's difficult because, like I said, it's that anime style. Oh, painted over lips. So bad. Now let that dry and then get the yellow color. I'm going to put this, focus this underneath the eyes. I'll show you. Nose, a little bit on the upper lip and a little bit on the chin. See, that built up all those values. Now first, she does have a little bit of a mask on. I might have to go in and paint that. Let's go ahead and paint that black. Happens. Mask. I just got some under here. Cute. I actually like that. Go in here on her side of her head and use that black right there by the to frame her face. She's eventually going to have white hair, but work on that. Outline her whole face with the black. That. Yeah, that's going to need to go lighter and lighter to gray and white in a minute. Okay. So now that the chest is dried, we can go back in with our lighter colors to finish off those highlights because we've got a nice little blend going. Boom. Same thing with the lighter colors on here. So nice. Wish my brush would stay pointed. Definitely shouldn't have to pull hair off your brush. Okay. So. That's bright. That anime skin color though, for sure. See how that looks on camera. You know what? Something is up with my, because I moved my light again. Let me see if I can make that better focus for you. Hold on a second. Properties. Focus. Right. Not looking, because the white from her outfit is throwing it off. Probably that in there. Ooh, that's not good. Down to 7 and then better, much better. Here we go. Still, that is a great technique. Yeah, so even if you can't see it super well, at least been watching the process the whole time and you can understand it pretty easily. Okay. My bangs are getting too long. I need to get a haircut, but I'm scared to cut my own bangs. Then I'll end up with like terrible hair. feel like I need to go in and put a little wash on her face. That all kind of blended together. That's dry. You can also pinpoint wash, so if you need to blend just a little part with the wash, that as well. Because the wash is a glaze, right? Okay, we didn't do this part. Okay. For her back, we didn't get very far with that, did we? What I can do. Her back is mostly shadowed. You can actually have to highlight that much at all. Highlight it up with the dark shadow flesh, though. Maybe a little bit of. Blend that in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and work on her outfit because I'm scared that if I don't make black and start, it might not. It might be too bright on camera. I want you to note something. Notice how I'm going around the edges of everything, painting like all around the edges of the model first. And then once I got all that done, I can easily go in and fill in the middle. This. Okay, so for instance, if I'm going to do it here, I'm going to do the edges, especially right where her outfit meets her chest, because I want to make sure that paint that nice and clean. Then the next stage will be to put the outline right above the little rope here. And now all we got to do is fill in the middle. And it's a speed painting technique, and it's just a coloring technique that makes any kind of coloring faster. You can even use it on paper too. Coloring book. See, that already looks nice. Yes, it's a lot easier to step up. So cute. Okay. Face looks cool with the mask. You know, yeah, I like it too because it was really weird looking without it, I think. He has kind of weird narrow eyes that I've never seen it, and I think making a little mask makes it look better. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, there's two different faces. There's a mask face and there's a non-mask face. Wrong. Okay. I want to go in. Uh-oh, crap. Quick. If I'm quick enough, I can come in here and get that paint smudge off her boob. I didn't get it completely off, but I'm going to let that dry while that's... So this is my example. I'm going to paint the edges, everything right here, see? Around that little shoulder epaulette. Painting the edge of the entire cloak. Do that. Now everything is ready to be painted fast in the middle. My painting technique. It's also nice to do it this way for to get things pretty even coated and smooth. How that does. Got it pretty covered too. I'm just checking, making sure I got everything before I go on to the next spot. Sure, we'll be able to see it better when you get it on Instagram. Yeah, that's my hope as well. Not sure, but are you painting the cape dark purple or black? Right now I'm painting it black. It might have dark purple highlights later though. We'll see. All right, I think I'm gonna give her a little coat. She's got a little, what is it called? A little hat, a little devil's hat. I think if I make it black, it'll stand out really nice with her white hair. Again, I painted all around the edges and then fill it in fairly quickly. At the back of her outfit yet. Oops. Skirt. Here we go. And fast in the middle. Boom. So much done in a very short time. Have a little top on. Black as well. Might have to take a stretch break here in a minute. We'll see. Long lead. Stop. Let me check this music. It's just got a really long outro. That songs have a longer. There we go. Notice how I'm touching the model so much that the paint is coming off? Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Ugh, I did it everywhere, didn't I? This is where I need to sit and just glue the model back down to the base so that she doesn't get all messed up. Sometimes I teach you what not to do by just accidentally doing. Okay. I need to look up actually her card, her art card, to see what she looks like because I feel like sneaky. Guess what? Mike got a big telephoto lens. So we're going to be able to take really good bird pictures now. Hi. I'm going to look up the, so this is the Halloween Twilight Night Pinup. Night. Oh yeah, that's going to be cute as hell. Now her cloak in the, oh man, I messed up, that's okay. Well, in the art, her cloak is actually orange. So, second. I can look that up. Got an orange cloak. We're gonna have to switch all that up. The hood is black though. We switch gears. Fix her face too. Got too much on her face. That is dark. She's really pale, so I'm going to give her even lighter highlights on her face. How are you doing, Sneaky? Nice and pale in the second here. That might be too pale. Let's knock that back down a little bit with a little bit of this flesh tone. Yeah, that's better. Make it too light. You can always take a glaze, smooth it out. Making it too light's not as hard to deal with as making it too dark. For instance, you're going to see what I'm going to have to paint over all of that black now once it dries with her other colored. I'm going to glue her to her base so I don't have to hold her. See, where's this? Check chat as well. We should do a stretch break. It is 3:30, 3:44. Says, oh, HQB bird pigs, exactly. I know. When you first saw the sculpt, you thought it was a take on Red Riding Hood. It is I think it is too. It is too. You know what? Pandateca just gave me a cool idea. I think I will do purple on her cloak just as a highlight. Here's Hummingbirds. Here's Hummingbirds. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Good name. I have to do a stretch break. Oh, give me 1 second. I can feel my back crystallizing as we speak. What I mean? Pretty. Yep. Getting stretch. We're back. I'm painting too much. Little twist. Good Creature Caster will send you paints from Canada, so you won't need a person in between. Getting paints. Downside will be the import cost. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's glue this on and then we can try. Pandateca gave me a good idea. I'm going to try to do a little highlighting with okay, there's her heel. Hold on. See if I can make this happen. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to sit and hold it. That moment where you can tell that it's glued. Hold on. The black that I use is very flat. Okay, so she does have cute little black stockings and her shoes are black as well. So I think I'm going to leave that. I'm going to do a slight purple tint. See, hold on. I have dark purple here. I'll highlight my black with it. Happens. It's really dark. I also have dark blue, but I don't want a blue. Better. Oh. Okay. I have black shoulder pads as well. Right on them. Oh! Oh my goodness. It's a long day today. You can tell. Wednesday is always like dragging day, right? Okay, watch what happens. I'm going to take a little bit of this purple. I'm going to just see what happens when I highlight their kneecaps. Just a little bit of that purple. I don't even know if you'll be able to see this on screen. Try. It'll be a cute contrast to this. image. Hold on. Not one of the colors. What I think I need is that purple. Just grab it. And P3, have you guys seen P3 purple? Really nice. Second, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I don't have any anymore. Called got blue. Purples are the most. There we go. This is a model color. I have a couple purple here. I've got royal purple and one is blue violet. We'll see what these. When you get a chance, try to always get purples when you go to the paint store. Bit of this mix with that. Oh, holy crap! That was drippy. I'm going to mix this to make a gray with my black, with the lighter purple. Hold on. I got to shake this. Try this again. Why did that drip so much? There we go. Okay, can you see that right there? This with the black and making a light purpley gray color to highlight my black. It did work a little bit on the leg. Tiny little lights. Cool. Start with the purple, and then I can use the purple gray color I just mixed. Notice that I'm whiter with my highlight, and then it narrows down, then it goes down, and then it widens out again at the base. Cute. I don't think I've ever done her in purple before. Really cute. It's purple, but it reads black, but it reads as purple because of the highlight a little bit. Massive Voodoo has a tutorial about painting black. Really good. Painting black and painting white are tricky because they aren't colors technically. Oh, it just on her boob. All right, watch what happens again. Right highlight, gray. Now, we've got all this beautiful oranges and stuff on her base. We're going to do the same thing that I'm going to show you how I did this base. I started with the burgundy, which is already on my palette. We're going to start highlighting up this black with the burgundy. Oh, you know what? I just had a realization. A lot of my friends in Europe and UK don't have great air conditioning in their homes, and I'm wondering how that is going to affect you guys over the summer, because we're getting closer to summer. And if you're home, I really hope that this whole thing gets sorted out soon and then later. Stuff like that just pops in my head. I don't even know. Start thinking about stuff. I don't know why I started thinking about air conditioning in Europe. Oh, I think I was thinking about how Europeans like to be outside and they don't sit and watch Twitch during the summer. I think that's what I was thinking about. So hopefully, like, Rubbish is building a new kind of outdoor sitting area in his garden, so maybe that will maybe have more time for that kind of thing. Make your gardens nice. Those of you that have them. Oh my gosh, death caused by 40 degrees Celsius. That's your summer. Youch. Magic, that's witchcraft. Will become the model you place a bid on. Oh, that's so sweet, Pandateca. I like that purple. It's cute. We live in thick stone buildings, so it stays okay-ish. Oh, good. That's good. As long as we keep everything dark and keep the doors and windows closed, we'll be fine most. Rumble says, for me, being home means I can at least have all my windows open to the air. You might think about getting like a little window air conditioner if there's time. I don't know if you guys have thought that far ahead, but do it before there's a big rush on them. You know what I mean? That's my Mama Shoshie advice. Because you know, as soon as it starts getting warm, everybody's going to be running to get a little window air con. I don't know if you guys have those, and you can probably order them from Amazon. But I have a feeling this summer is going to be hot because it's been hot a lot. And we are in this terrible timeline too, right? My friends and I, we always saying, what is up with this timeline, yo? Hi, Ravage. Ravage, we were just talking about how some of you guys might want to be proactive and start ordering a new little window air conditioner for your flats and houses, just so that if you need one, you don't have to deal with the mad rush that there's going to be later on. And Detective says, we also sleep with damp towels pulled down during the night. That's a great idea. And during the day, I always have a small wet towel with me to my neck. That's what we learned this in. That's good. I remember one summer I lived in a little attic apartment, and it was so hot, and we ended up taking showers throughout the night because it was so warm. I'm going to go ahead and get this burnt orange. This will blend pretty nice with the burgundy. Mandala effect tells us that they exist. We had a time slip. I know, right? We totally did. We had to have. I think it was in 2016 for me, Rubbish. I think you know what I'm talking about. Okay, there we go. We'll keep that vague on purpose. I had a lot going on with my family. All right. pretty that is on top of that burgundy. Berg. Gradually building up these layers so it will look like cloth. I don't know about you guys, but I am a little bit of a weirdo. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys weirdos? I'm a weirdo, and I like looking on Reddit groups like Dimension Jumping and you know, Glitch in the Matrix, and you know, those kinds of cool. I don't necessarily know if I believe in them, but I do. I'm interested in this definitely in a sci-fi way for sure. And those are my favorite kinds of movies: is time travel movies and alternate reality movies. I like the idea of multiverse. I love the idea of the multiverse. That's why the last few Avengers movies I really enjoyed. The Spider-Man multiverse. It's always comic books, right? Okay, so this is looking really brown, but don't worry. We're gonna build this up. Need more burgundy on that. Fire Hummingbird says, wow, Shoshie, I wouldn't expect you to go glitch. Oh, is it private? I didn't know that. Wouldn't expect that? Tell me why you wouldn't expect that. I have my own reasonings. Is that something that's just only for the real weirdos? Maybe I need to know more so I know what I'm getting into. It's hardcore. Have you read Time Wheel Glitch? No, I haven't. I need to read it. I want to read it. I'm always interested in stuff like that. Did you see the movie, what was it called? What was the name of that movie? See, now I can't remember. It was by the same people who did, oh my gosh. Can't remember anything right now. What's happening? Hold on. 12 Monkeys? No, not 12 Monkeys. It was, hold on. I know, I'm going to look it up because now it's going to bug me. Cloud Atlas. Did you guys see Cloud Atlas? I love that kind of thing. That kind of stuff is also really cool. Mostly, I don't do a lot on Reddit because I mostly just read it. I don't post because I'm like, there's just a lot of kind of trolly people on Reddit mostly. No offense to you people who are on Reddit. All right, so we're building up these beautiful worm layers. See how that's, do it slow. It's gonna. Cloud Atlas is a bit of, yeah, it is. But here's the thing, there's a pattern to it. So it has different chapters, right? And then it kind of goes back and forth. So it goes, so if each chapter is a letter, it goes A, and then A at the end again, and then B, and then B at the end again. You know, so it's like A, B, I think that's how it goes, C, D, E, and then it goes A, B, C. And I think it's like a pattern. And it was a book first, so you can get into the pattern more. It's always interesting to me to find out like what other people's impression of me is. Like, you know, when you say like you wouldn't expect me to be into something like that, it's interesting because it's like, well, what am I interested? What do you think I'm into? I'm a nerd, a lot like you guys, and I'm interested in science and in science fiction a lot because it's like expands my brain and lets me think deeper. Science fiction is kind of cool because, and that's kind of how I look at it. But the cool thing about science fiction is so much of it has become fact, right? Like the tricorder from Star Trek has now almost like our cell phones, and we would not have been able to have those things had we not been able to imagine them in a story first, right? Who knows? Who knows where all that comes from? Who knows where creativity comes from? It's parallel dimensions overlapping and we're kind of bleeding into each other. If there's this collective unconscious that we're all tapping into. I definitely know as an artist that there's something there that I feel like it's not just skill. There's a little bit more to it, to my creativity. Whether it's like the Greek genius or, you know, who knows? I'm debating on whether I want to build up the back of the cloak or not. Let's go to the next orange, which is going to be this bright. Now this is a huge jump, so we're going to have to make a couple of midtones with that. That right by the other orange. Definitely creative genius. Something. Same place the Simpsons get their information. Palindrome. Yes, Minuteman models, exactly. It is a palindrome. And I love that kind of thing. I'm not sure if this is a palindrome, but have you ever listened to a song by the group Tool? It's called 46 and 2, and it's a Fibonacci spiral. It's actually got a mathematical equation to it, which I am fascinated. When you mix math and creativity, I love it. I'm not a math person, so it always feels like magic to me. How we're building that up. That darker orange and wet blend that a little bit. Some of the most intelligent people on our planet, like Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton. I was speaking of Reddit, I was just reading on Reddit about how somebody was asking if they ever had sent university students home for 2 years or something like that, and somebody goes, yeah, they sent this kind of unknown guy, I think it was even Sir Isaac Newton, and he was home for 2 years and he came up with all kinds of cool stuff. So maybe being at home with yourself isn't such a bad thing. Coming up with cool stuff for that. Fibonacci code tells us life was engineered due to the amount of times it appears in nature. Maybe there's debate on that rubbish, but it definitely says that there is some kind of patterns in things, for sure. There was a guy live on Reddit today who was talking, and I don't know what Reddit he was in, but he was live, he was talking about how we might be in a sim, you know, because the odds are that like if you get the technology where we can all create like sims, right? Everybody will just have their own little world at home, right? And he said, so that means the odds are really high. That blew my mind a little bit. I was like, I really don't want to be in a sim because this one sucks sometimes. So I will take reality versus sim, but I do like reading about that stuff. Right, a little bit of burgundy. See how things are being building up that orange from black. This is all process. It's slow, but you can wet blend a lot. Ever listens to here? I'm going to write these things down. I don't want to forget these. You seem like a really cool person. Here's Hummingbird X. So first I need to go read called Time Wheel Glitch. I need to read 12 Monkeys too, apparently, from Time Wheel Glitch. Wait. And then said Ravel's Bolero. Oh yeah. Yeah, Bolero, definitely. That's an amazing song. It does build up. Hope the pool ladder will not be removed from your Sims world. I know. I know, right? Exactly. I don't want the pool ladder removed either. Okay. Now we've got this orange, but I want to show you. We're going to introduce yellow just like we did down here. And glaze it back with the orange. Just sort of a glitch in the matrix. My best. There is a compilation. Let's so I don't know if this is a glitch in the matrix or like I don't know what this would count as, but I have a funny story to tell. When my husband and I got married, we went on our honeymoon. So we got married in Colorado. Okay? In Manitou Springs, Colorado. Which we got married there because it's beautiful and my family's in Colorado, right? And it was really nice. We got married in the autumn. And then we went to Vienna for our honeymoon in Vienna, Austria, because my husband loves Vienna and he has always wanted to live there. He's always, you know, he studied there for a year while he was in college and he loves it. Okay, it's a beautiful city. So we went to I think it's called the Prada, but it's where that whole little, like there's a whole carnival there. There's like a whole set of, I don't know, like rides and food and everything, like a big Ferris wheel, right? I think it's called the Prada. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, right? We went there for a honeymoon. So 10 years later, we go back to the Prada, 10 years after our honeymoon. And we are looking around. There's a brand new ride that we don't remember seeing 10 years ago because, of course, they're going to put in new rides. But it was the name and the theme of the ride that I thought was a little weird and mind-blowing. And it felt like sim-ish, right? There was like a little train ride, and it was called Manitou Zug. Zug means train. Manitou. It was Wild West themed. Manitou. I don't know what Manitou means, but it was wild that I got married in Manitou Springs 10 years before. We go back to Vienna, and there's a ride named after the town from our honeymoon, or from our wedding, in the place where we took our first honeymoon, which is weird and coincidental. Oh, Bruce Willis. 12 Monkeys. Okay, tell me what's the thing? What's the thing about 12 Monkeys about? By the way, I'm noticing I need a lot more yellow on this. My orange. We're gonna glaze this back with the regular orange. Yeah. I feel like there needs to be a little bit red. My red. A little bit in the shadows. Like too orange. Does that make sense? It's a cute story. It is a weird story, isn't it? What was the glitch book title? Time Wheel Glitch, I think. You don't remember what this? Oh, Bruce Willis goes back in time to prevent a pandemic outbreak. Oh, that sounds good. Wow, kind of interesting like that, huh? All right, there's some red. Yeah, that red kind of pulls it all together now. Plays it over the darkest bits. You got to be careful with Reddit. You can get into these, you know, weird conspiracy loops and stuff. And it's not really that good for you, I think, to go too far down the rabbit hole. You gotta limit yourself and watch your rain. Subreddits are for entertainment purposes only. Smoothing this out. Now we're getting really nice orange cloak. Look at how pretty that's going to look with her purple outfit. And I can put a little bit of purple in the shadows as well. See what happens. It's going to gas. See it turns brown when it mixes with that. When it mixes with that orange. Good. Oh, he failed ours. He did fail ours. Here's Hunter. You're going to have to send that to a moderator because we don't have, only moderators get to post. 2020, here we fell into the Stephen King book. Did you see Stephen King tweeted that he was sorry that he wrote such realistic fiction? Or something like that. It was something like that. Funny. I am so excited my video card is here. Now I'm going to actually be able to enjoy playing Skyrim without crashing my system because I don't have a dedicated video card. Here, let's put some purple in there. So. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Let's do the front. Let dry a little bit. Part two. My brain is kind of everywhere today, isn't it? Thinking about everything while I'm painting. Sometimes that's a good thing, though, because sometimes that means that if my brain is not focusing on the painting is a lot better. I'm thinking about something else. You guys, you got to do other things to like engage your brain while you're painting, or you have to be completely silent with no TV or anything? It's like for me, I have to have something else going on in order to concentrate. A little bit of that undiagnosed ADHD. I'm gonna let that dry. Oh no! Knew that was going to happen during the stream. That's okay. It gives me a chance to touch up her side leg and stuff like that. Okay. A lot more to it. Yeah, send it to Teviston. Teviston or Painting Critics can post it. You've successfully fed the beast. Have a pear tart in the oven. Painting Critics, I want pictures of that pear tart and the bread for the whip trip on Friday. Glitch in the Matrix. Yeah. I'm a member of that community. That's so funny. Are you a member of that community too? Minuteman? I found that community by accident. So funny. But yep, I'm already in it. So funny. I like this song a lot. Darken it. Add a little bit of burgundy. That side. Knock that color down a little bit. Burgundy and this bright pink. New color. So it's like a shadowed color. That out. There. Oh, we got to do the back of the leg. I didn't see that before. I missed it. Here. Oh, that's going to be good. I think I know it. So I've been thinking about this TV show that I've been watching. It's not at all. It's very reality based, but it's called Unorthodox. It's about a young Orthodox Jewish woman. It's on Netflix right now. It's actually so good. But what was interesting to me, this is what got my mind going on Europe not having air conditioning, was I was thinking, because it's a good part of it is set in Berlin. And I've been to Berlin, and I was thinking about, then I started thinking about the weather in Europe. Oh man, I'm not like her nose. Got two darker highlights on the sides of her nose. Might let that dry a little bit. Go. Anyway, what's cool about the movie is that a good part of it is all in Yiddish too. Like, and it's very similar. Like, you'll be able to see, if you speak German at all, you'll be able to see the similarities between Yiddish and German. They're very close. Timeline is another good time travel film as well. Oh, I need to write that down. I love that kind of stuff. Timeline. Wait, is that the TV show? No. Lost in Time? No. I think what got me into time travel, there was this Time Bandits. I always thought that was a really cute movie when I was a kid. And there was another movie, which I don't know if anybody has seen this except for maybe some Americans in the stream, but it was about a guy who went back in time by driving his motorcycle really fast. Time Rider. That was what it was called. Isn't that cheesy as hell? Time Rider. He drove his motorcycle super fast and went back in time. Cute. Couldn't wait. What would happen if we could all do that, right? purple is a good choice, Pandateca. Get in here and paint her arms black. Got black sleeves. Got some of it already. Oh, sorry, I've got to get her hip. Never got the back. Quantum Leap, yes. Quantum Leap was a great show. I didn't watch it much when it was out because I'm not as big into the episodic kind of TV shows that kind of wrap everything up. I like overarching stories a lot more, and I felt like everything got wrapped up really neatly. I've been watching another time travel show. It's less time travel-y and more period piece, but it's called Outlander, and I absolutely love it. It's based in, first part of it's based in Scotland. Hello, welcome. Clinton Mahler. How are you? Welcome. I'm fixing my glasses. And Gridlock Sis. Hello, both of you. Welcome. Painting this wonderful Kingdom Death model right now. Also watch Final Countdown. Okay, there's another one. I think Twitch unfollowed you. That's possible. Sometimes it does that. Definitely following. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it thinks some people are bots or something. I don't know. All right, let's see. Final Countdown. There we go. I got it written down. All right, we've got to come in here with our purple color. Highlight the booty. Purple. Right, and then a little bit, remember that light purple that I had? Let's do bit. Like how that looks. That's too bright, maybe. Too bright. Have to knock it down with the darker purple here. Anyway, got me that TV show got me thinking about Berlin, because I really enjoyed Berlin when I was there. It reminded me a lot of Chicago, but with a lot more graffiti. Chicago has to get rid of their graffiti, or otherwise they will have a lot of gang problems. So see those little knees, so cute. See if we can do this on the back as well. We got that light purple on those small highlights. That looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna go over her hair now. I think I'm gonna use this off-white, and I'm gonna build up. See if I can mix it with the little black to create gray first. So the way I work out my lighter colors with whites and grays, paint them gray first, or paint them the light color first, build up. That's already looking good. when we go to highlight it with actual white, it will look more natural. It upside down. That looks good with the gray, actually. Where's my white? This is really white, so I might actually use ivory or something else. Try ivory, it'll be bright. Try to avoid white unless I really need it. This is good jazzy music. What about The Man in the High Castle? Anybody watching? Saw the first episodes, but from the trailers, going through alternate. Oh, I gotta write that down. The Man. What one is that on, our staff? What service? Is it Hulu or Netflix or? I'll have to look that one up. High Castle. Amazon Prime, I've got that. Awesome. Netflix. Got a book? I like graffiti murals, actually, I do. I love street art. And the art in Berlin was amazing. Very, very cool. I think, unfortunately, it just goes to show, and I don't know, maybe they just don't want to pay to have it taken down, or maybe they just respect it as an art more. Oh, that's cute as hell. I'm gonna do the little rope with this light purple and see what happens. Yes, that's so cute. And that makes the purple on her outfit even brighter, right? That. All right, let's go ahead and make these little straps purple also. So cute. Getting too much paint on her chest. Spots I don't want it. Fixed it. All right, white. We were going to do the hair. You know, I was getting sidetracked again. For the 40K fans, Eisenhorn is this year. Who's that? Oh, it's Amazon Prime. Here's Hunter says, as much as I watch you pros add highlights, I can never do it. Looks like a random spot. Maybe I should show you. Huh. I wonder, I'd really like to see what you're doing to see what makes it a random spot. Let me do the highlights in her hair and see if I can describe what I'm doing. So there's very small highlights. So it's really about the layering and different amounts of it, right? Try to paint small. See that gray a little bit up at the top of her head here. You know, highlighting took me a long time to kind of get. It really did. So don't be too hard on yourself, because for the longest time, I had people tell me your shadows are strong, but your highlights are weak. You don't have strong highlights. And what I think I had to realize is that highlights need to be very small and kind of pinpointed. Does that make sense? No, that makes sense. So for instance, let's highlight on top of that belt. We've got the purple. I'm going to add a little ivory to my purple now. And we're going to highlight this belt with very small, and sometimes they will look like a little splotch. But in this very pointed way. Look okay whether it's a spot or not. Like this is kind of messy a little bit. Little edge highlights on her boots. So for instance, okay, so here's a highlight. I'm gonna highlight up with this very, very light purple, and it does look like a spot, right? Now, go back down a little bit with the darker purple over the top of it with the glaze. It kind of worked. It was already too dry. Okay, while it's still wet with the purple. Glaze over the top a little bit. Yeah, it kind of worked. I think my brush might not be the... All right, let's glaze it back with a little black on the edges. You're right, it is hard. Sometimes I don't always explain well either. This one. Yeah, I feel like I got the top of those eyes down. There, that works good. All right, so on her hat, or purple, I need to check her hoodie. You have to skip out to make dinner. All right, Minimum Idols, thanks for coming and thanks for including, thanks for chatting with us because I had a good time. Oh, she's got red horns. That's cute. Let's do red horns. That'll work. That is actually super cute. I think I'm going to give her a little red bottom lip. Yep, that looks okay. Flip it. Cute. All right, there's red horns. And I think that does look really cute with the... See what happens when I put a little white to her mask. Like kind of like Storm from the X. Yeah, that actually, that works. That works. All right, back to the orange. I'm gonna do burgundy around her head. I think I'm having trouble seeing my palette again so I can get paint on it. There's little like cog-like pieces all around her face. This is going to be a really cute one, guys. I can already tell. Black and purple inside the little bow. And I lost my train of thought. There we go. Brown, burgundy. That's what I needed. I'm going to check chat. All right, you have a good one. Thank you, new guy. I'm glad. Oh. All right, we need more burgundy on the palette. Much better. I'm going to use a different brush. The trouble with this brush, it's great for detail, but I feel like it's because the body is not big enough. It doesn't hold a lot of paint. Even this one can hold a good amount of paint and water, constantly refreshing it. So that's the other thing, is that if you have the right brushes for your style, you're not having to, every time I go and dip back onto the palette, I'm taking up time that I could be working on the paint, right? So if I don't have to go back and dip on the palette, that's, for me, that's a good thing. Okay, almost done with her hood. Now back to the darker orange. Layer this up. And it's okay if it's a little wet, because I can just wet blend it on. Are any of the Kingdom Death models going to come with the art cards? Yes. Yes. I think she comes with one. So does the 2 Apotheosis models will come with art cards as well. There's the male Apotheosis, and here's the female Apotheosis. Right? That might be it. Let me check. Like, they come with signed and numbered cards as well. Some of them. Where I put everything, but yeah. I'm gonna paint them all on stream. I'm gonna try to paint a good majority of them on stream. Some of them are already painted, like this Kingsman. This is the hand. Those I might put together in one lot. And literally, you can bid on whatever you want on them. Some of these I might have a minimum bid on this time. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Sometimes I think I should just put it up there and see what people do. Actually, yeah. I won't put a minimum bid. I think people will be more likely to bid what they want if there's no minimum. All of these are they're not models from my own collection. People sent them to me. They were like pre-built and we fixed them up. That's why I think it's a cool idea, because otherwise these models would probably be just not even painted ever again. Refurbished. Yeah, I hope to paint majority of them on stream. That's all the majority of them will be on. Like, I started her base off stream, but then I'm painting most of her on stream, so. Cute as hell. Yeah, I think this is a better brush. Sure. We got a lot done today though, huh? Need to get her the top of her hat purple. Let's do that light purple edge. Cute. Her arm fell off, but we're gonna put that on. Oh, it came off her hand. Her whole hand popped off. That's okay. We'll fix that back on. Really rocked it today? Oh, thank you. Hi, Artie Wolf. How are you? How have you been? Are you still working? Or are you home now? Like so many of us. Now, pumpkin is also bright orange. I go ahead and give him these dark colored and I have contrast, so we're gonna dark first. Although I was kind of debating on adding that dark to the pumpkin, or adding light to the pumpkin first, but I think I'll do it reverse. So let all of that dry and cure. Add in the light next. This is your favorite KD model. You're also a big fan of Halloween. Oh, that's cool. You're just teleworking away. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we've painted this before for a live auction. And one of my followers ended up winning it. It was really cool. I'm glad that you guys like the live auction idea. It's really fun for me too. And it's a way for me to get some of these models out and painted without having to list stuff on eBay or Feebay or whatever we call it, you know, because eBay is so expensive these days and nobody really. This way, is if I'm going to let something go for a low amount, I'd rather it be to my dedicated fans, you know? So getting her, see how we're building up those volumes. Now the orange part, go. There we go. I feel like I need to put a little bit of yellow on this, but let's try it. A little bit over here, and we'll glaze it back. Yeah, that actually brings your eye closer to her face, doesn't it? Here. Beautiful. And we'll get the edges of the cloak as well. I completely missed that. They're mowing the lawn behind my house. I can hear it. You guys hear it? There we go. I love it. You can work up a little bit of the oranges back here, but we don't need to worry about it too much because it's really going to be shadowed. Don't need a ton of detail, especially for a speed paint, because that's basically what these are. Yo, mini painter. How are you, miniature painter? How have you been? All right, there we go. Love the flute in this one. Got kind of an Indian Bollywood kind of sound to it. Doesn't it? Using the side of my brush to kind of hit these highlights. See how that works? And I let it dry, and then I'll come back in and blend in my lighter oranges as well. Not sure what color hers. Got elbow pads. I'm doing good. I'm just a little bit tired, so I don't think I'm going to go the whole... Oh, it's almost 5 o'clock. I can go the whole way then. All right, so that's black. Black with silver, it looks like. Do the black elbow pads here. And then we'll just highlight everything with the purple, I think. That'll be the easiest. I get a light purple or a white. I think white would look really good. All right, it has gotten to the tone there. Cute. Oh my gosh, this is a cute one. By having this gold and yellow right around this purple, it's really going to pop. Black. All black and then lighter color over the top. Man, guys, I am dying for some chocolate. I don't think I've had chocolate in weeks. And the only snack I've been having is really popcorn, and so not doing it. Yay! Somebody else likes chocolate. No, just kidding. Somebody else likes mini painting. Just followed me. How do I say this name? Pudnik. Pudnik. Is that how I say your name? Is it Polish or is it Eastern European? Panther. Panther Vafries. Panther Vafries. Welcome, everybody. Here we go. Like the purple. Good idea. I like taking ideas from you guys. Makes things a lot more fun. Okay. I'm going to use this ivory and I'm going to paint. There's like a little kind of a face on here I got to be careful about. Kind of got it. Tricky. Give me a second. I like have to hold my breath while I paint these elbow pads. Whew. My goodness. That's cute. Okay. Start over here. What? I'll go back over it in a minute. You're from Eastern, oh, Czech Republic. Very cool. Did I pronounce your name right? Not, it's looking good. Let me show you guys some other things. This is some other thing I'm working on. This is, oh, don't look at her. Wait. I have to cover it for Twitch. Cover her chest. There we go. So now you can see. Look how pretty she is. Her little birds. On. So that's something we've been working on this. We finished it though. And this last time we streamed, worked on this girl. She's beautiful. No, not oil, it's acrylic. We mostly been using the Pro Acryl, burnt red, or like Pro Acryl by Monument. That's mostly what I use. Back. Booty. Nimbo, thank you. What colors? Yeah, mostly the Pro Acryl, but then also a little bit of little game color. I use a little bit of everything. Model color. We got scale 75. I have all the paints. These are the two big models that I've been working on. And this was another Kingdom Death model that we recently did. She's so cute. Kingdom Death Dragon Sacrifice. Thank you, Lamunis. Where am I from? I'm from the United States, in Illinois. But I have my grandparents were from Poland. They got let's see. Yeah, okay. We're in the process of putting a little light. Carefully, you gotta hold your breath. Is there a lot of other painters in the Czech Republic? I don't think I can reach that last bit, so I'm not going to try. I'm just going to leave it the where it is. There we go. one more thing, and then I'm gonna look at chat. Give me 1 second. All right. Oh, planes. Very cool. Or AFV. Want to learn painting? Oh, well, yes. We teach painting here, so you can. Glad that you followed me, because I teach every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come on here and I teach as many tricks as I can. Let's see. So you can ask any questions, and if I know the answer, I will try to tell you. And if I don't, then I'll tell you I don't know it, or where you can look. I'll tell you another person you can ask. This is looking good, though. I'm happy with how she's turning out. Nice and bright. Now remember, this side doesn't need to be as on the orangey, but that's okay. Get this blended in a little better. Yeah, I like acrylic paints because it's just water. It's not toxic, safe, easier to use for me. All right, on this yellow right here, a little bit. Gonna look good. When we're gonna leave that dry, and then we'll come back with the orange and knock it back down so that it's not as bright. And in his skull, there's like this weird. Hold on. There's a little brain right here. Little brain on the top. Okay. Let that dry. The yellow is dry now. Now watch what happens when I take this and I thin it out with water. And then I brush it back over the top of that yellow to knock it down, but so it's nice and bright, but it's not too bright. Ooh, we need to stretch again, guys. Time to get up and stretch. Do I like Randy Donuts? I don't know. I'm following on Instagram a long time ago, but not on Twitch. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you get to see. Nembo. Been lurkison. Yes. All right, let's all get up for 1 minute and get a stretch out. Get a little water. Everybody drinks water so that you're not sitting for too long. I'm using a Raphael 8404 from France. Oops. Show it. So it's Raphael Polinsky, France. I think it's a 8408. But I also like the 8404, which has an orange handle. The Raphael 8404. Yeah, and I like them a lot. We were just talking about brushes earlier in the stream. You only know Vallejo? Vallejo make fine brushes. Time to get out a gecko. I can't. Both in the log last time. So when you spend your points like Lamunis does, sometimes I'll be able to get out a gecko. I have these scissors. Biscuit is out, maybe. Get her. Oh, half in, half out. I don't know if I can. Your little tired girl. Peppercorn has been good at hiding lately. So this is my lizard. Her name is Ginger Biscuit. Show you on top. Cutie. Hold on, let me get her around. Biscuit. Her name is Ginger Biscuit because she's sweetie. She's 4 years old, and they live to be more than 15 years. How do you say lizard in Czech? I think we learned how to say lizard in German, I think, is Entdecke. I think that's how I say it. If anybody's from Germany or Austria who knows how to say it. I'm just giving her a little quick in and out because I don't want to stress her out. Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember the Polish. Jurka. Oh, it's almost the same in Czech as it is in Polish. And Panther Fabrice put the accents. Yeah, you're very close, very close. You guys are neighbors, aren't you? It's all similar. Can I say Pavel? Is it Pavel? You're like 50 kilometers to Czech Republic. Oh, cool. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. In German, it'd be Paul. Don. Nani's. Oh, okay. Nanesa. So I can speak a tiny bit of German, so when I'm reading things, sometimes I read it in a German dialect accent. No. I'm trying to learn Polish, but it's very difficult. Polish is really hard. I've learned how to say kobieta kobieta et, something like that. It's basically like the lady eats. Finnish is hard. Yeah, Finnish is hard too. Want to see the USA? Well, everybody who knows my channel knows I love languages. We always talk about food from other countries. We talk about culture and all kinds of things that are interesting to us. All right, so this is this is a sword, her sword. And then there's a light and there's a ribbon on the end of her sword. Oh, of course, goulash. My dad used to make goulash. Very good. It is good, AF. Yeah. Now, I've never had a true European goulash. I've had American goulash. American goulash is very different. It's like ground beef and then tomato sauce, maybe tomato juices, tomatoes, and then lots of paprika, and then we put elbow noodles in the goulash, and it's really good. I know there's more ingredients than that, but I just can't remember what they are. Yeah, goulash does sound. I'm going to be making some chili soon. This is the same bright yellow that we used on the, this is her little lantern, by the way. All right, let that dry, and then we're going to add some other colors to it. Paint the ribbon burgundy to start, and then we'll make it red. Is related to rice. I'm trying to guess from the word. Have little in America. Oh, Aldi. Yeah, we have Aldi here. Chicken and pork and batter. Oh, kind of like kind of like a. So I have a gluten intolerance. So ich habe eine Glutenallergie. I cannot have anything with bread. No bread, no. So sad. And it's like I went to Germany and Austria, and they just were like, "Oh, es tut mir leid." They felt so bad for me because I couldn't have bread or beer. No beer. I could have vodka. Because I think vodka doesn't have any wheat. The wine is okay. Always a big fan of wine. Okay, that's good. This is the ribbon on her. There we go. Missed a lot. Aw. Deutschland gut. You speak a lot of languages, Panther. Rev says, you should have many shops and restaurants with, oh yes, in Chicago. Chicago has one of the largest Polish populations outside of Warsaw. It's like it goes Warsaw and then Chicago is the next biggest. And so yeah, you can go anywhere in Chicago and get Polish food. You can go to a neighborhood there, and there's whole neighborhoods where you don't have to speak English at all. You can just speak Polish and everybody will understand you. Everybody in that neighborhood. And it's a big neighborhood too. And they've been there for, generations. When Karel Rudik came here with Camelson and Marta, Camelson's now wife, I took them on a trip to Chicago, and they were shocked at like all of the signs and churches that had Polish written on them. All right, there's that part of this. Not sure what to do about that sword except for maybe make it gray. Let me go look at the picture. You want to see LA? Oh, you understand Slavic languages? 2 languages. Oh, okay. So you can hear a Slavic language and understand it, but maybe not say it yourself. That makes sense. It's similar, like I understand Yiddish now because I can speak some German, but I couldn't speak Yiddish because it's too different of a dialect. All right, this is dark neutral gray, and this is warm dark gray. And then I also have some ivory on my palette here too. And then also, this one is bright neutral gray. So we'll layer that up. Go. All right, there we go. This is the sword. I'm going to start with the middle color. Paint it. A little bit bent, but that's okay. All right. Now I'm going to use my ivory and my light gray. Try to paint the edge of the sword. Okay. A little bit smudged. Fix it. I don't want to break the sword. Uh-oh. Try that again. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. I think I can go in here with this red now. Yeah, it is 5:14 in the evening. We learn Deutsch, but we have a bad teacher. I'm from Illinois, near Chicago. Want to visit? I would like to visit Alaska on a cruise. See, this is the red. You have to put the burgundy down first, though. See, and that burgundy can be your shadow color. See? Nice now, shaded. All right. If you ever come to the United States, I know that people like to go to LA and in New York, but Chicago is a little bit nicer than New York as far as I think. Could be wrong, but Chicago is a good town too. Lots of Europeans live in Chicago as well. Go. Nib it. Notice I'm leaving the burgundy in the shadows. Let one piece be on top of the other. Tricky. 1 second. I will look at chat. I can see it going. There we go. Boom. So we stream every Friday, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We stream from 2:30 to 5:30 GMT -6. We're about 6 hours difference from the UK and about 7 hours difference from Europe. So my sword on her arm, and she'll be holding her little lantern. I want to work on this quick here at the bottom. This is where the bright part of the lantern is going to be. That's going to have the lightest color. Whoop, drop it. And I can put just a little tiny bit of orange up at the top. And then the rest I can paint black. That'll make that lantern pop out a lot better. All right, let me take a chat. I know too much. I don't want to go there as much as the forest wilderness. So Colorado, I will tell you right now, Colorado is one of the most beautiful states in the United States. And you know how Poland has lots of woods? So does Colorado, but also huge, huge mountains. And it's really gorgeous in Colorado. I love it. Oh, that's cute. All right, I think we're getting to the end of our stream. Party Wolf says, long time no see, of course. How are Mike and Sophia? They're doing good. I don't get to see Sophia because she's living with her boyfriend right now. She's been out of the house for about a year now, a year and a half. So, but they're doing good. Rev says, I have $1,000 for tickets. Oh yeah, that's awesome. If you have a free 1,000. Much cooler for me than the city. I do have an airbrush. My airbrush is a Badger Patriot 105 it's from the United States. And I like it a lot. Yeah, come back on Friday and take pictures because we are gonna have Whip Trip Friday. We're gonna let everybody post photos and then we're gonna look at all of their ventures and their projects. If you wanna show your planes, you can bring pictures of your planes. And let's see, it is almost time for us to raid some reason. Cut the music. We will be back here 2:30 to 5:30 G. Go find somebody to raid and stick with me here while we look for somebody. We're gonna find somebody. Make sure you get a drink and stretch before, you know. Let's see. Is online right now. I see people.
Go get your
Go.
brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it, the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn.
We're gonna raid Nalindi. There we go. She is painting some kind of rock troll. Go ahead and punch that raid button. Join the raid. I will see you guys Friday. Bring your pictures. And thanks again for coming back here. And all right, we're gonna go raid Nalindi and say hello to her. Bye guys.